Hello and welcome to a review of Thumper on Nintendo Switch. The game is developed by Drool and it is a rhythm violence game. So a rhythm game where you play as a space beetle going through this hellish nightmare world, sliding through this tract and then doing things in a rhythmic order. But anyways, let's get into the game and I'll show you a bit of the gameplay. I am by no means a very good player of rhythm games. I don't usually play that many of rhythm games myself, but something about this one really piqued my interest and I had to give it a go. So as you can see, we are the space beetle here going on a track, and you're gonna slide on side to side with a stick, and then you're gonna jump and also hold out the sides pressing the button. And you have to hit these glowing balls in an order here. This is a test boss, basically, or a tutorial boss that shows you how to do these in time. And timing on these things is actually quite tight. I was recording this with my capture device on my PC, and I was trying to play it off from the capture window, which has a bit of a delay, very minute, like a couple of some milliseconds, and it was just enough to throw me off, so that I missed all these jumps worse than this. So it is very tight controls for this game. There we go, first part of the tutorial done. I'll grab wings from there. Wings are basically your extra life, so you can take damage twice. So like here, I'm intentionally taking the damage, so my wings break there, and then I take another damage and I'm dead. So the game is kind of brutal with that, that you can't make too many mistakes or you have to start the section again. But let's try to play it properly this time. So this part of the tutorial shows us that hold to the side and press a button to hit those turns without dying. And you can do them earlier, like you can hold down this slide, but then you don't get the proper hit on them. You need to do them just on time to get it correct, to get the best rank, which I usually don't. Sometimes I'm just in a survival mode and just sliding around like this through those as I go. The levels in the game are done actually in a pretty interesting way. You play through several levels in a world, and then there's a boss either in the middle or at the end or above. And each section of the world or these levels kind of teaches you like the upcoming boss. So it teaches you you need to slide this way, you need to slide this way, you need to do this in this rhythm, and it kind of repeats several times throughout also worlds, and it just tries to teach you what you need to do properly in the upcoming boss battle. In these normal levels, you can miss these, and it's no big deal. You can take a damage as long as you don't die, and it's fine. But when you reach a boss battle, you have to actually hit all of them correctly, especially the glowing balls on the floor, to actually do damage on the boss. And that can be very difficult, especially if some of the levels are really long, and some of the boss battle sections are really long, and you have to just redo them from the beginning. Especially on bosses, since they have basically a 4-ish or 5-ish, depending on the boss, like stages you have to do properly in order to progress the next one. And if you die during those, you start from the beginning. So it is pretty brutal. And this is one of those bosses, so we have to hit those properly so that we shoot the ball there. And then we get some extra life there, or extra wings, and there at the end of the level as well. And these levels get progressively more difficult, and they teach you new mechanics. So now that we have learned to slide, we can learn to hold down the button to get through these barriers. You can also jump over some of them when you get the jump ability, which is this raising your wings and pressing the button. And eventually you get taught how to do properly. That there's these like spikes that you need to jump over and hold down the button to glide over them. And then later on they combine the holding and jumping and gliding into this slam ability where you need to press down and the jump button, and you will slam down on one of those green glowing like these floor things, and that sends out a wave that usually is meant to break like shields and things. So it quickly builds up these new mechanics, but it does it in a very clever way that it slowly teaches them as you go. So you're not overwhelmed by all of this. I need to do this and this and this and this and this and this at the same time. And it's very nice for especially people who are not super into rhythm games, so that they get slowly eased into the harder levels and everything. And as I said, the levels do kind of repeat a lot of these sections, teach you how to do them properly. Even between worlds, you will notice that there is a lot of kind of similar sections in different worlds and how they want to do them, and then they combine them with new things. Also, starting here on this world, you only have one of these lanes you are stuck onto, but later on you get introduced to have multiple lanes, then multiple turns, glowing balls and everything on different lanes, and you have to switch between the lanes and timing the turns correctly and everything. And they get really tight. Like those turns there I did are actually very, very tight. There's even tighter turns than that. And then you combine that with multiple lanes and glowing balls and jumping and everything, and it becomes this horrible, unmanageable mess, at least when I'm playing the game. But it's surprisingly fun. Surprisingly fun. Even for someone who is not into rhythm games normally, this one definitely drew me in, and I've had a lot of fun with it, even though it's been a very, very challenging for me. So I can highly recommend this to especially people who are into rhythm games, but also for people who have a bit of interest in the rhythm games and might want to try a rhythm game. And this one definitely is a nice one, but also becomes very challenging after like few first worlds. It was probably at the level or world 3 boss where I started to be like, this is getting a bit rough, and then came the world 4 and onwards, and I was like, yeah, I'm not sure if I might be able to do this. But the good thing is that there's no lives or anything other than the wings for damage, so you can keep repeating these sections endlessly until you got them correct. And there's also no shame going back and doing before the boss, doing the sections to learn them one by one, so that you're prepared for these boss battles like this one. Which now I do need to complete this properly to kill it. So I need to hit all of these and then do the turns. Turns are mainly to survive, and then the green ones are so that I throw the glowing ball at the boss. And if you miss these, you need to finish the section, and then retry it like this. Now I failed one, so I need to do this whole thing again from the beginning and do it again. I quite often miss the last one. It's like the anticipation of finally getting through, and then you blew it, because the timing on that is actually very tight. There we go. That's enough. And there we got wings, because we did that section so well. And there is one more, I guess. There. And if I had died like at that point, I would have to do the boss from the beginning. And it is pretty rough. But anyways, that's my quick review of the Thumper. Final boss is the final boss of this world, and I can highly recommend it to everyone. Everyone who likes rhythm games, and everyone who is maybe not that much into rhythm games as well, I highly recommend giving it a go on the Switch, and also it's available for PC and all the other consoles. So give it a good look. But anyways, thank you for watching this review of the Thumper, and check out other reviews, let's plays, and everything on the YouTube channel, and check out the live stream on nerd.tv where we play mostly building management strategy games, but every now and then we switch to the Switch as well, especially on Sundays. So, thank you for watching, and have a nice time.